Welcome back, everybody. Today we're doing a full body Pilates Ball workout, working the whole body. I think you're going to love this one. All right, let's get started. This first exercise is the armchair stretch. It's going to stretch out your upper back. So just sitting on your bottom, you can move your bottom out the way if you like. Just sitting up nice and tall through your lower back. Feet can be hip width apart. We're just going to interlace our arms under our knees so you can cross over your hands and just sitting up nice and tall through the lower back, and then you're just going to round the upper back, just stretching through the upper spine. Keep those shoulders back and down, the T-zone tight, a little go-go, and just stretching through the upper back. So just rounding the upper back, but try not to dump like this into the lower back. Keep that keep the lower back nice and tall, and just stretch out the upper back. Beautiful. Just one more. So inhale, T-zone, exhale, just round out that upper back. Just nice and gentle to stretch today. Lovely. All right, let's lay on your back and stretch out your glutes. So crossing over one ankle over the opposite thigh, flex that foot back. This may be enough to stretch out the glutes. Otherwise, you can draw your hands through and grab the back of the thigh, drawing those legs towards you. Just remember T-zone tight, hips are nice and square on the mat, and back stays in neutral. So you don't want the bottom to tuck up off the mat like this, and you don't want your shoulders coming up near your ears like this. So relaxing those shoulders back and down and keep that back in neutral. Good. Inhale, T-zone, exhale. See if you can relax into the stretch a little more. Beautiful. Swapping it over. So other ankle, foot over the thigh, and then flex that foot back, and you can draw the legs towards you. So like I always remind you, don't force the muscles when you're stretching, just let the muscles gently relax into the stretch. Good. Inhale, T-zone, exhale, relax into the stretch a little more. Beautiful. And if you don't know what I mean by your T-zone, please refer to my Pilates basics video, which will be linked below. Very good. Lovely. Okay, this first exercise, we don't need the ball. We're just going to connect with your core. So take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go and draw in that T-zone. Let's go again. One more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth and draw in that T-zone. Fabulous. Okay, we're just going to go into a bent knee fall out. So keeping the hips nice and stable, T-zone tight, we're just going to lower one knee as far as you can without letting the hips rock. Again, just connecting with our core. That's it, drawing in that T-zone, keeping the hips nice and still. Beautiful. So lowering the leg and then drawing it back in. So it's an inhale to lower the leg and exhale to draw it back in. Very good. One more. And back to center. Beautiful. Okay, just rolling it up, we're going to grab your ball and we're going to pop your feet on the ball. We're going to go into single leg circles. This works your inner thigh and core. So we're going to have one foot on the ball and extend the other leg up to the sky and then turn the foot and leg out. So we're facing towards the inner thigh. Inhale, T-zone, exhale, you're going to lower the leg, and then inhale, circle the leg around without letting the hips move. So keep the T-zone super tight and keep everything nice and still. Keep that leg turned out as you're doing all the movements. Exhale to lower, inhale to circle it out and around. Now, if you want to add on, you can extend that bottom leg out so the leg is straight. Same thing. Exhale to lower, inhale to circle back and around. Beautiful. Exhale, inhale. Remember to keep the back in neutral, T-zone tight, and you're only lowering and circling the leg as far as you can, maintaining that neutral spine so you're not arching through the back and keeping the hips nice and stable. Are you feeling your core and your inner thigh yet? I am. Excellent. Just one more circle. And then bring that leg back down and roll the leg in and swap sides. Other leg extends up, turn the foot out. Good, inhale T-zone, exhale, lower the leg, circle it out and around, inhale. Good, exhale to lower, inhale to circle. Your arms can be out to the side for a little bit more stability if you like, or you can have your hands on your hips for a little bit of feedback. Beautiful. Remember, to make it easier, you can make smaller circles, no problems. To make it harder, you can make the circles bigger, just as long as the hips aren't rocking or the back is arching. Remember, if you want to add on, we can extend that leg long and keep circling. Excellent. Shoulders relaxing, back and down. Just a few more. And like I always remind you, please do not work through any neck, back, hips, or joint pain. Just be focusing on the muscles today. You definitely shouldn't be feeling any pain or discomfort. If you are, please stop that exercise, reset your form, listen to my cues. If you're still feeling any pain or discomfort, skip that exercise for today, come back to an easier one, or wait for the next exercise, no problems. Okay, what do we got next? We have our pendulum with the feet on the ball. We are still warming up, so we're only rotating with small amounts for this exercise. So legs squeeze together. Hands out to your side, back is in neutral, shoulders pulling back and down. We're just going to inhale, lower the legs out to the side with control, keeping that back in neutral, keeping the shoulders on the mat. Exhale to bring them back to center. Good. Other side. We're just still connecting with your core and warming up. Don't worry, it will get harder. Good. Remember, as you rotate, you want to keep the back from arching, so you do not want to go so far that you lose the rib to hip connection and the back arches, and also you want to keep those shoulders on the mat. Lovely. So inhale to lower, squeezing those legs together. They shouldn't be rocking or sliding on top of each other. Exhale to come back to center. Really good. Inhale to lower, exhale to come back. Just a few more. Last one. Lovely. All right, keeping those feet on the ball where they are. They shouldn't be too far out. We're going to interlace your hands behind your head. Elbows are wide, shoulders are pulling back and down. We're going to exhale, curl the body up, ribs to hips, keeping that back in neutral. Inhale to come back down. Beautiful. Keep that going. Exhale to curl up. Inhale to come back down. You can keep those legs just relaxed next to each other. They shouldn't be winging out. Good. You can squeeze those legs together. Good. When you're curling the body up, it's rib to hips, really shortening the distance. Good. Keep those shoulders pulling back and down, so you're using your abdominals to curl you up and not your arms. No momentum. Good. Exhale to curl up. Scoot the belly, T-zone tight. Exhale to curl up. Inhale to come back down. Really good. One more. Good. Let's go into your oblique curl. So now you're going to go across the body and then back down, and then back the other way, across the body and then back down. If you're finding your hips are rocking all over the place, you're welcome to pop your feet on the mat and just pop your feet hip width distance apart and the knees hip width distance apart. Otherwise, keep it going. Exhale to cross across. Inhale to come back down. Keeping that back in neutral. Lovely. All right, moving on. We are doing your double leg slides. So keeping the feet on the ball. We're going to exhale to slide the ball out, back stays in neutral. Only go as far as you can maintain that neutral spine. Inhale to roll it back in. Good. Exhale to roll out. Inhale to come back in. Good. Keeping that rib to hip connection. Shoulders pulling back and down. Lovely. So really keeping that rib to hip connection so your back does not arch as you go out. Good, only go as far as you can, maintaining that neutral spine. Lovely. 2 to go, and we're adding on. Lovely. 1 more. Good. And bring it back in. Hands come above your chest. We're going to exhale, curl the body up. Inhale, come back down. Exhale to roll out. Inhale to come back in. Exhale, curl the body up. Inhale, come back down and roll the ball out. Beautiful. Keeping those shoulders pulling back and down. Keeping the rib to hip connection, especially as you curl the body. Good. Keep that chin tucked in as you curl. The eyes should be looking towards your knees. Good. To make it harder, you can curl the body up higher, really trying to get those shoulder blades off the ground. But you also want to keep that back in neutral so the lower back is not moving all over the place. Good. And you can roll the ball out further, just again, as long as you're not arching through your lower back. Good. Adding on. So this time, we're going to curl the body up and hold. Hold this position. We're going to roll the ball out, roll the ball in, and then come back down. Good. Curl the body up, roll the ball out, roll the ball in, and then come back down. Good. Keep it going. Exhale to curl up. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale to roll out. Inhale to come back down. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Curl. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Beautiful. Stay with me. Really good. Make sure you're curling the body up. You should not feel any strain through your neck. If you are, you're more than welcome to put one hand behind your head to support it. Oops, I forgot my arms. Beautiful. Or you can also just continue on with your leg slides, no problems. Good. Beautiful. Let's curl up and hold this position. And we're just going to roll the ball out, roll the ball in. And we've got 5. Good. Keep the curl. Really try to curl the body up high so you're not back here and putting strain on the neck. Really curl up as high as you can. Shoulders pulling back and down, chin tucked in. Good. Exhale to roll out. Inhale to roll it back in. You have 3. Good. Stretch through the arms, shoulders pulling back and down. 2. And 1. And come back down. Well done. Are you feeling your abdominals? All right. We are moving into your toe taps. So we're going to just roll the body up and grab the ball. We have the ball in our hands. Let's imprint the spine and bring the legs in tabletop. Hip width distance apart. So we're just going to tap one leg at a time. Just remember when your legs are in tabletop, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. So hips and knees are 90 degrees. Keeping that 90 degree at the hip, at the knee as you tap. Good. Really scoop the belly, keep that T-zone tight so the spine stays imprinted and there's no arching through your back as the leg lowers. You want to keep that rib to hip connection. Core is working super tight. Let's add on. So we're going to do a little tricep skull crusher as you lower the leg. Good. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Keep those knees above your hips. You don't want to bring them too far in, otherwise the core does not get to work. Good, well done. Exhale, inhale. Beautiful. If you want to add on, bring those legs back to tabletop and squeeze them together. Double toe tap. Beautiful. Keep the imprinted spine. Keep the rib to hip connection. Again, it should be all core, no lower back or neck. Good. Exhale to lower. Inhale to bring it back. Exhale to lower. Inhale to bring it back. You have 2. You have 1. Well done. Excellent. Keeping the ball, we're going to put the ball behind your back knee. So mine is the furthest away. Now, it is a bit slippery here in Greece. So make sure you've got a good grip on the ball. Legs are in tabletop. We are continuing on with your toe taps. So just 1 toe tap at a time. So legs are hip width distance apart. Now you are squeezing on the ball slightly. So you're working that core. Beautiful. All right, keep this going. Interlace the hands behind your head. So as you're tapping, you're going to cross the body, oblique curl to the opposite leg. So curl the body up towards the leg that stays in tabletop. Exhale to curl up as you tap the opposite leg. Inhale to come back down. Exhale to curl up. Inhale to come back down. Keep that going. Really good. Crossing the right rib cage to left hip bone, really shortening that distance, keeping the shoulders back and down and elbows as wide as you can. So again, you're using your core to pull you up and you're not using momentum or your arms. You're using your core. Beautiful. If you want to add on, you're going to extend that leg without the ball, that free leg. Good. We only have a few to go. I know there's a little bit of coordination with this one, so you don't lose your ball. Stay with me. Exhale to cross. Inhale to come back down. You got 3 more. Can you hold the curl up this time without resting the body on the ground? And you are done. Well done. All right, you can grab the ball, otherwise keep it where it is and gently roll over to your side. We're going to be up on your elbows. So the elbow is directly under the shoulders. Shoulders are pulling back and down. And we have your elbow, hip, and feet at the end of your mat. So making a nice straight line. Hips are stacked so you're not sagging. Shoulders are pulling back and down. Nice, long, neutral spine. Now we're going to squeeze on the ball slightly. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, just lifting that leg using these outer glutes. Inhale to lower. Beautiful. Push that top hip away to keep both sides of the waist even. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. I just need to reset my ball. As I said, it's a little bit slippery here. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Here's our beautiful little squirt. Our Greek stray cat who has befriended us. Hey, babe. Good. Excellent. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower, keeping those shoulders pulling back and down. Good, keep the T-zone tight. Scoop the belly. Really good. Trying to fire up these outer glutes right here. Good. Make sure your legs are in line with the rest of the body. If you want to make this harder, you can lift the leg higher. Just make sure your hips are not rocking all over the place. Keep them stacked. Keep that back in neutral. Beautiful. We have 1 more. Let's hold this next one up. Keep it lifted. We're going to tap the knees. Inhale. Exhale to bring it back. Horizontal. And then tap the heels. Good. Inhale. Come back through the middle. And then tap the knees. Exhale. Back through the middle. Tap the heels. Good. Stay with me. Inhale. Exhale. Keep squeezing your shoulders back and down. Chin's tucked in. Good. If you want to make this harder, you can rotate a little further. Just again, make sure your hips are not rocking all over the place. Good. Keep breathing. Keep those shoulders pulling back and down. At any time you need to lay all the way down, you can. You just rest your hand on your arm. Push the hips away. Keep the hips stacked. Keep the gap between the waist and the floor and continue on. If you aren't feeling the glutes, it is really good to lay in that position also because it helps the glutes activate. All right, we're nearly there. 1 more, let's go. And done, well done. All right, we don't need the ball for the next ones. So you can pop your ball to the side. We are laying all the way down this time. So head rests on the arm, hips are stacked, push the top hip away, keeping the gap between the waist and the floor. Now, the legs are going to be extended out just slightly in front of the body with your toes pointed. If this is a bit challenging for your stability, I will give you the option we just used with the leg bent, no problems. But if you want to come with me today, starting with the leg straight. Now we're going to turn that top leg up slightly. Remember to keep the hips stacked, gap between the waist and the floor. Hand can be out in front, shoulders pulling back and down. Inhale, T-zone. We're going to lift the leg and then flex the foot back. Exhale to lower. Again, working these side glutes. Inhale, point the toe and lift. Exhale to lower. Keep the hips stacked. You might want to use the top arm to push the hip away so it's not collapsing down. Flex the foot. Exhale to lower. Good. Keep it going. Really working those outer glutes. Like I mentioned before, if you are finding you're rocking all over the place, just come back with that bottom leg and you will find a little bit more stability. Otherwise, stay with me. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower, turning that toe and knee up to the sky ever so slightly. Beautiful. Working through here. Now, if you are struggling to fire up these muscles and you're feeling way too much down the side of the leg, I recommend just coming back and doing some clams. We really want to keep those glutes firing. Otherwise, we just have a few to go. Good. Shoulders pulling back and down. Good. Keep that neutral spine so your bottom should be sticking out slightly. Your bottom shouldn't be tucking under. You want to keep that neutral spine. Lovely. Shoulders pulling back and down. And they are done. Okay, this time, again, keep the legs just in front of you slightly. Say a 45 degree at the hips. Flex the foot back this time. We're going to inhale, T-zone, exhale, inhale, T-zone. Lift that leg up. And then we're going to bring the leg forward twice. And then exhale, point the toe and sweep it back. Again, firing up these glutes. Inhale to come forward twice. Exhale, point the toe and sweep it back. Good. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Keep that leg at hip height. Good. Can make a small movement, no problems. Just make sure your hips are not rocking all over the place. Good. So inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Remember to keep your hand on the ground if you need stability. Good. Firing up those outer glutes. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Really good. We got 3 to go. 2 and 1. Bringing those legs back down. Well done. Were you feeling these outer glutes? I hope so. Okay, coming up this time, and we're going to do star 1 on the knees. Now we want the knees and feet stacked. We want the body facing square and this hand to be near the alignment of your knees. Shoulders pulling back and down. Inhale, T-zone. We're going to lift the body up into side plank. Keep the body nice and square to the front. Exhale, we're going to lift this side of the waist, curve into a C shape and reach the arm. Good. Inhale, straight up, side plank. Exhale to lower. Good. Keeping those hips stacked, keeping the knees stacked. So keeping the knees stacked and hips square, shoulders square to the front. Inhale, exhale over. Inhale, exhale. Good. Keep the shoulders pulling back and down. It's really important to keep them back and down so they're not dumping up near your ears. Good. Should be feeling this through the side waist. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you want to add on, we're going to do your star on your feet. So the top leg is in front, the bottom leg is behind. Legs are out more to the side. Again, hand is out to the side in line with your knees. Just remember, shoulders are pulling back and down. So this time you're going to push through your feet. Inhale to come up. Exhale, over. Good. Inhale, back to your side plank. Exhale to lower. Good. We only have 2 to go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep those shoulders pulling back and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Well done. Just keeping your legs pointed out to the same direction. Coming up, sitting on your sit bones, one foot pressed up against the other thigh. Just going to go into your mermaid stretch. So inhale, that arm up. Exhale, come over, stretching down to the side of the body. You can use this hand to press away that leg. Good, really reaching through the arm. Inhale to come up. Exhale to come down. Well done. We're going to continue on with your glutes. So we're going to work the same glute. So coming onto your all fours. We are doing your horse kick. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, neutral spine. So lift. Now squeezing this glute. We're going to hover that knee, the same glute we were working, and kick it out. Horse kick. Keep those hips nice and square. Bring the knee back to hover. Exhale, extend out. Nothing through the body moves but the leg. Keep lifting the upper spine. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Squeezing the glute as you lift that leg. Exhale. Good. Are you feeling the glutes? You want to keep the knee coming back to just a hover. If it's lifting too high off the mat like this, you know your hips are swayed off to the side. Just a hover. Really good. Keep that core tight. Keep most of the weight through the back knee and off your hands. Good. All right, do you want to add on the opposite arm? So next time you're going to lift the opposite arm and extend it out, staying on that same leg, and keep that same leg and arm extending out. Good. Keep the core tight, keep the hips nice and square, keep the weight through that back stabilizing knee. Good. T-zone is scooped. Good. 2 to go. You got 1. And can you hold this next one up? Hold, and tiny little pulses at the top. Don't dump through your lower back. Keep the rib to hip connection. So it's all glutes and core. There should be no lower back. And definitely you should not be sagging through your lower back. Keep the rib to hip connection. Keep lifting the spine. You have 3. You have 2. And lower. Well done. Okay, we need the ball, and we're continuing on with that glute. So we're just going to pop the ball behind that knee and continue on. So now donkey kicks, hovering the knee, squeezing on the ball slightly. Keep lifting that upper spine. Exhale to lift. Inhale to bring it back. Exhale to lift. Inhale to bring it back. Good. Hips should stay nice and stable, nice and square to the mat. Both glutes are working. 1 to lift and 1 to stabilize those hips. Good. Keep lifting the spine so you're not dumping. Keep the shoulders pulling back and down, chin tucked in. Good. Flex that foot so you're leading with your heel. Good. Let's go 3 more. Ease the weight mostly back through that back knee. 2 and 1. Let's hold this one up, working the back of the legs. We're going to do a hamstring curl. So squeezing on the ball and then release. Squeeze on the ball and then release. Good. Squeeze on the ball and then release. Keep the hips nice and square to the mat. Are you feeling the back of the legs? Keep the weight through the back knee, not the hands. Good. We got 5. We got 4. Keep going. You can exhale to squeeze on the ball, inhale to release, or if you're going a little bit faster, you can just breathe naturally. Just remember to lift ribs to hips so you're not sagging through the spine. Ribs to hips, really important. Keep squeezing the glute and lifting that leg. You have 3. You have 2. You have 1. Well done. All right, we got to do that all on the other side. So laying on your back with the ball behind the opposite leg. So If the glute was burning on this side, you got to put it back on this side. All right, so laying on your back, bringing your legs in tabletop, and we are going into your toe taps. So remember, T-zone is tight, imprinted spine. We're going to tap and then bring it back. Tap and bring it back. Good. No arching through your lower back. Keep the rib to hip connection. Good. Exhale to lower. Inhale to bring it back to tabletop. Knees above your hips. Good. Squeezing on the ball just slightly. Exhale to lower. Inhale to bring it back. Adding on, interlace the hands behind your head. We're going to cross oblique curl to the leg that stays into tabletop. Good. Come back to the mat. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Keep scooping the T-zone. Keep that spine imprinted. Really good. Ribs to hips. If you want to add on, remember that leg extension. So that free leg, you're going to extend out. Good. To make it harder, you can extend the leg lower and further. To make it easier, you can extend the leg higher and not out as far. Just like this. Good. Oops. Good. And to make the last ones really work, stay up, keep that curl. Good. Ribs to hips. Scoop the belly. Good. Shoulders pulling back and down. Chin tucked in. Cross it across. Keep the belly scooped. Good. You don't have many to go. You got 3. Elbows wide, shoulders pulling back and down. 2. And 1. Well done. We're going to roll it over. You can grab the ball and replace it, or keep it where it is and roll it over onto your side. On the elbows, back to doing some glutes. So line up the elbow, hips and feet at the back of your mat. Inhale, T-zone, stack the hips, shoulders pulling back and down. Exhale, squeeze your glute and lift that leg. Now the leg is lifting in line with the bottom leg. So don't lead with the foot and don't lead with the knee. You can ever so slightly, but you're really trying to keep the leg in line with the bottom leg. If anything, lead with the knee to get a little bit more of that external rotation, activation to fire up these glutes. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Really good. Shoulders pulling back and down. Chin tucked in. Really good. Remember to keep the hips stacked. So you want to lift through this waist. You don't want to be sagging. Keep both sides of the waist even. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Good. Few to go. Shoulders pulling back and down. Chin tucked in. Let's go. 1 more. All right. Lift again. We're going to tap rotations. Inhale. Come back through center. Exhale. Tap the heels. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders pulling back and down. Inhale. Are you feeling your glutes? Good. Keep scooping that T-zone. Exhale. Good. Stay with me. Remember to take the rest whenever you need today. Good. I'm going to lose my ball. Good. Let's go. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. 2 more. Keep the form. Keep the hips stacked. Try not to let them rock all over the place. You want to keep them nice and stable. And done, and lower. Well done. All right, we don't need the ball for the next one, so you can place it away from you. And we're going into your side kicks. So laying all the way down this time. So nice straight line from the hands to the hips. Your hips are stacked, gap between the waist and the floor. Legs out slightly around the 45-degree. Our toes are pointed. Top leg slightly turned up. Okay, inhale T-zone and lift the leg. Flex the foot back, exhale to lower. Really focusing on keeping the hips nice and square and still. We're really wanting to work these outer glutes. Good. Inhale, flex the foot, exhale to lower. Inhale and exhale. So good. Good. Remember, if you're feeling it too much down the side of the leg, go back to your clams. Good. Keeping those shoulders pulling back and down, keeping the hips stacked, keeping the gap between the waist and the floor. We have 3. Good. We have 2. Remember, you can bend that bottom leg for more stability as well. Excellent. All right, flexing the foot back this time. Inhale, T-zone, and lift the leg, and coming forward twice. Point the toe, exhale back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Keep the leg no lower than hip height. You're doing amazing. Keep the hips stacked. Remember, you can bend that bottom leg if you find your hips are rocking all over the place. Good. You have 3. You have 2. You have 1. And then lower that leg down. Well done. Where are you feeling the glutes? All right, we're coming into your star on the knee. So knees are stacked, one on top of the other. Hand can come out slightly so it's in line with your knee. Remember, you can adjust once you do a rep or 2, no problems. Shoulders are pulling back and down. T-zone is tight. I'm going to push through the knees. Remember, your hands are on your legs. Push through the knees. Inhale. Hand comes up, side plank. Exhale, lift the lower waist, make a C shape through your spine, keeping the body square to the front. Good. Inhale and exhale. Let's go again. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, C shape. Inhale, exhale. Good. Keeping the hand under your shoulders, shoulders pulling back and down. Good. Working the side of the waist, making sure you're filling it through your core. Good. One more. Make sure your shoulders are pulling back and down and the hand is under your shoulders and not out too far. If you're adding on, coming onto your feet, remember you can stay on your knees, no worries at all. Legs are out, hand in line with basically the knees. All right, we're now pushing through your feet. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Only a few. Inhale. Make sure your shoulders are pulling back and down using your side waist. You definitely shouldn't be feeling this through your neck or back. Good. One more. Good. And well done. Excellent. Bringing those legs in. The foot sits next to the inner thigh. We're going into your mermaid stretch. So inhale, arm goes up. Exhale, you're coming over, stretching the side of the waist, reaching through that top arm. Inhale and exhale. Let's go again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. All right, continuing on with your glutes. So we're rolling over to do your horse kicks. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Remember, most of the weight through that back knee. Lift the spine, shoulders pulling back and down. Hover the working leg. Point the toe and squeeze the glute, extend out. Good, keeping the weight through the knee. Really good. Good, shoulders pulling back and down. Chin tucked in. Inhale, exhale to extend. Inhale, exhale to extend. Keeping the hips nice and square. Good. Keep the weight back through that back knee. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Remember not to lift too high that your back is arching. You want to keep the rib to hip connection and neutral spine. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Are you going to add on with me? Opposite hand, opposite leg. Stay with that. Good. Keep lifting the upper spine, shoulders pulling back and down. T-zone is tight. Scoop the belly. Good. Keep lifting belly button to spine. You have 3. Good. You have 2. You have 1. Next one we're going to hold up. And tiny little pulses. Remember, rib to hip so you're not sagging through your lower back. Draw the ribs to hips. Core is on. Tiny little pulses at the top. Keeping the weight back through that back knee. Really good. Shoulders back and down, chin tucked in. Lift the upper spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down. Well done. We need the ball and we're placing it behind that working glutes leg and going into your donkey kick. So hovering that knee, flex the foot back, leading with the heel up to the sky again without arching through your lower back. Keep the rib to hip connection. Keep the T-zone tight. Keep the shoulders pulling back and down. Good. Weight through that back knee. Are you feeling the glutes? Good. Nearly there. Squeeze the glutes. Keep the weight back through that back knee. Shoulders pulling back and down. And lift the spine. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. All right, hold this next one up. We are going to work your hamstrings. Squeeze on the ball and release. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale to release. Remember, keeping the rib to hip connection so the back stays in neutral and you're not sagging through your lower back. Keep the ribs to hips. Keep the core tight. Good. You're going to make it hard to squeeze on the ball more. Lift that leg higher again as long as you're not arching through your lower back. The hips are staying square. Good. You're feeling it through your hamstrings and core and not your lower back. You got 3. Good. You got 2. You got 1 and a lower. Well done. Were you feeling those glutes? I hope you were. All right, we're going into your hinge. So you may want to roll up your mat another time if the mat is not soft and supportive. Mine is fine. Otherwise, knees are hip width distance apart. We really got to tuck your tailbone, ribs to hips. Keep the T-zone tight and keep this position so you're not arching through your lower back. Now, feet can be flat on the mat, or to make it easier, you can come up on the toes. All right, inhale T-zone. We're going to fall back like a falling tree and then exhale to come back to that starting position. Inhale, exhale, really working the thighs and the core this time. Good. So just leaning back as far as you can control the form and keeping all those bright muscles firing. So filling the thighs and the core. Good. Inhale, exhale. Good. Good. Are you ready to add on? So this time we're going to inhale and then exhale, arms come up. Inhale, arms come forward again. Exhale, back to that starting position. Inhale. Really keep the rib to hips. That's it. You want to lock this in. Don't want to be arching through your lower back. Good. Excellent. Core is on. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, well done. All right, we're going to place the ball between your inner thighs. Come into your quadruped position. Untuck the toes. I'm going to squeeze on the ball slightly. Then we're just going to lift and hover those knees off the mat just slightly and lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Keep it going. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Good. We have 3 to go. 2, 1. Let's come up and hold. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. All right, just bringing the hands out in front of you slightly. And we're just going to come up into your plank and then holding that high plank position. You can bend the knees slightly, but we're just going to walk your hands back into your reverse Pilates roll down. Keep your T-zone tight. You want to keep the knees soft and then come back to that hanging position and just chill out here for a little bit. Keep your T-zone tight. Good. Then we're going to come up, reverse Pilates roll down. So tucking the tailbone, ribs to hips, keeping that T-zone tight. You're just ever so slightly rolling your vertebra onto an imaginary wall. So your lower back, your mid back, and then your upper back until you're coming up to standing. Beautiful. We're going to roll it down. So chin tucks, upper spine. Good. Lower. And then all the way down. So upper, mid, lower, to hanging with your arms towards the ground. Take a moment here and then walk your hands out to your high plank position. Good. Hold that for a second, then we're going to walk it back. Good. Walking it back. One hand at a time. Soft bend in the knees. And then we're going to roll it up again. We've got a few of these. So ever so slowly rolling it up. Lower back, mid back, upper back until you're standing. Roll it down. Chin first. Upper, mid, lower. Keep the T-zone tight. Walking those hands out. High plank. Good. Hold for a second and then walk it back. Keep the hips nice and still so they're not swaying side to side. Good. Rolling it up until you're standing nice and tall, and then rolling it back down. And then we're going to come into your high plank position and do your knee taps. So next time you're into your high plank, lock that in. Shoulders pulling back and down, chin tucked in. Lifting the upper spine. We're going to inhale, tap the knees. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Good. Got about 10 more seconds. Making sure you're keeping that back in neutral so the butt is not sticking up in the air and your bottom isn't sagging or your lower back isn't sagging. Keep lifting the spine. Keep the head along and rest in line with the rest of the body. Good. Working that core. Inhale to tap. Exhale to lift. Back to that high plank position. We have 3. We have 2. We have 1. Coming to the high plank. Walk it back. Bend the knees if you need. Keep those hips nice and stable. Good. Hanging for a moment. And then tucking the tailbone. Ribs to hips. Rolling that spine back on to your imaginary wall. And we'll just take a moment here. Beautiful. We're just going to do a few squats. So we'll keep the ball where it is. I'll just come to face you this way. So your feet may be hip width distance apart or a little bit closer depending on your ball size. We're just going to squat down, keeping the knees in line with the toes, and then squat up. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Good. Pushing through the heels, squeezing your glutes, trying to keep the center of gravity back so you're not dumping through the toes. You keep the weight back through the heels, squeezing your glutes. Good. Keeping the shoulders pulling back and down. You give a nice squeeze between the shoulder blades as you come up. Good. We have 5. We have 4. Keeping that back in neutral. 3, 2. Let's come down and hold this next one. So sit it back. Try to keep the knees over your feet as much as possible. Try not to roll forward into the toes. Keep the weight back to the heels. We're holding here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Squeeze your glutes and come back up. Nice work. Hopefully you're still at the base of your mat. We're going to grab the ball. We're just going to do a few more squats and then pop the ball away. So we're going to squat down, push the ball in front, and then pull it back again, shoulders pulling back and down. Feet can be a little bit wider than hip width distance. Just make sure your knees are keeping in line with the toes. Good. Squeezing your glutes, squeezing the shoulders back and down gently. Good. We don't have many. We have 3 to go. We have 2. We have 1. And yes, you're going to come down and hold. We're just going to do a little press and squeeze. We got 5. We have 4. We have 3. We have 2. Squeeze your glutes and come back up. Well done. Are you feeling those thighs? I am. All right, we're going to put the ball away. And we are nearly there. Again, we're just going to roll 1 vertebrae at a time. Pilates roll down into your plank position. Chin first, upper, mid, lower, until you're hanging down. Take a moment here. Bend the knees if you need. And then we're going to walk those hands out to your high plank position. Okay, you can either drop your knees down or you can keep up in the high plank position, and we're just going to do a few push-ups, not many. So keeping in that high plank position, hands under your chest, hands at the edge of your mat. You're going to lower down for 3 and then drive up for 1. Keep working, keep pulling your shoulders back and down so you're working your lower chest, and your chest should be lowering in between the hands. If you're on your toes, remember to keep the nice neutral spine from the crown of your head to your feet. Otherwise, nice neutral spine from the crown of your head to your knees. Good. Inhale to go down 3 levels. Exhale to drive up. We have 3. We have 2. We have 1. And send it back into a press stretch. So you can separate your knees slightly. Hands come out in front. Reaching through the arms and lowering your bottom down towards your heels. Inhale, T-zone, exhale. See if you can relax into the stretch a little more. Really reaching through those arms. Beautiful. And let's come up. And we'll do your cat-cow. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale, T-zone. Exhale, round the back. Drawing your ribs to your hips. Inhale, release. And instead of reversing it completely and dumping into your lower back, just coming back to neutral and eyes to the top of the mat. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, back to neutral, eyes to the top of your mat. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. We're going to finish off with your thread the needle. So you're going to just thread that hand under, behind the wrist, and then lengthen through, resting your head onto your mat, keeping the ribs to hips, keeping your hips above your knees. Good. And we can come up. You can open just slightly. Inhale. Keep the rib to hips. Try not to arch the lower back. And then thread the hand through. Good. I'm going to do 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Pushing through that supportive arm. And let's pop your hands back to the mat. Lift the other arm. Thread it through. Chin comes towards your mat. Ribs to hips. Pushing through that supportive arm. Rotating slightly. Keeping the rib to hip. Shoulders back and down. Thread the hand through. Good. Keep the hips stacking above your knees. Inhale to open. Exhale to thread it through. Keep the hips nice and square to the mat. Good. We have 1 more. Excellent. All right. Coming on up. We're just going to stretch out the neck. So lengthening through the hands, lengthening through the spine, and then just gently tilting the head to the side, stretching down the side of the neck. Good, back to center and then the other way. Beautiful work today. I hope you absolutely loved today's workout. I definitely did. I can't wait to see you next time. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.